Unsanctioned individual detected in immediate vicinity. Present credentials. Status: not convinced. Activating alarm. Please allow yourself to die quietly.
Ready to
Capacitor out. Get it while it's energized.
That obsolete automech was this station's sole defender. Proceed inside with caution.
Torpificator at ready status.
Reporting TPO.
Focusing sensors.
Thank you.
Cannot improve perfection. Resilient. Unable to locate target.
Investigating hostile intent.
Thank you for offering counsel, Arbiter Joaquin. The situation requires a judicious hand, and given what's transpiring, I would prefer Arbiters, not Sentinels, resolve the matter. It began as a simple call for adjudication. 3 subjects had managed, through a supposed cavalcade of negligence, to let a half-ton worth of crabble meat go bad. Ultimately, I found nothing deliberate or overtly negligent in the situation. It appears to have been a simple accident. Nevertheless, the subjects are so devout and loving of the Protectorate that, despite my absolution, each is demanding to be punished. So I seek your wisdom on how to proceed. I'm sending incident number 85-92-377 to your terminal for your much appreciated review and recommendation.
Taking the notification in progress. Vital critical. Don't become a statistic.
Not ready. Please try again later.
Energy capacitor out. Energy is up for grabs.
The unit is in need of assistance. Resuming hostility.
Boldly striving to. Influences confirmed.
Dr. Weiss. Wonderful to see you again. Have you decided that I have failed to protect you?
I'll handle this. Gun weapon ready, Commander. Hostilities are afoot.
Fortifying vital minerals.
Ratcheting up my aggression. Commander, throwing energy your way.
Electrical damage failing.
Resuming hostilities.
You chose surveillance over science. Can't say I'm thrilled with your decision, but at least the presiding bishop won't be either.
Agent. Just the individual I had designated this time to converse with. As should be self-evident, I have dispensed with the slavish whims of the body. My mind is clearer than it has ever been, and I have you to thank. There is no need to waste your limited cognitive function on concern for me. I have learned of the events that took place at Aris Listening Post. You disobeyed me. Surveillance is rarely neutral. But if certain precautions against abuse can be put into place, yes, that has some merit. You have made a sufficiently compelling case and earned this payment. I will consult with the Archive before attempting any corrections to the Hyperion Reticulum's course. There now remains only one problem left to solve for: Auntie Cleo. To ensure Arcadia's future, she must be removed from the equation.
Removed from the equation? That's assassination you're speaking of. Just say it. But if the word's too crude for you to utter aloud, it should also be too crude for you to consider.
I am far more concerned with efficiency than terminology. None I would trust with so delicate a task. I know this is no small request, but it is deeply consequential. Cleo is the fulcrum about which the lever turns. In Auntie's direction, to Arcadia's ruin. In ours, to its success. As long as Cleo lives, she will choose war. She will choose self-centered individualism over plan-mandated cooperation and progress. She will choose wrong.
You don't know the first damn thing about Auntie. You know what I think? You're just afraid you ain't got what it takes to go against a competitor like her.
I no longer experience fear, but I can recognize an obstacle to my goals. One in need of immediate removal. Must we quibble over moral exactitude? The plan is right. Ipso facto, whatever advances the plan is also correct. You have come this far with the Order at no small cost. Do not go into a flat spin now. Such a display of cognitive dissonance is impressive, even for one such as yourself. If you are in such turmoil, then by all means, take time to parse your thoughts. But know that should you take too long, the plan may send someone else to achieve its purpose.
It appears Horizon Point Station is still in the process of being reconstituted. The rift itself is also more unstable than ever. As a result, landing closer to the location of the Protectorate's large-scale rift anomaly modulator is not possible. In order to modify it with the rift data you processed in the archive, you will need to travel to its location on foot and seize it from Protectorate control. The Order have sent their forces as promised, but they will need to find their own landing zones. You may be without assistance as you navigate the station. The energy readings from the modulator can be traced to the Sovereign's flagship, Providence, hovering on the far side of the station. Hypothesizing. Given Protectorate hierarchy and the recent announcement about the Sovereign's mental refreshment, this is likely the Consul's doing. He will need to be stopped.
But to what end is he working here? The consul I once knew would never act so recklessly.
The Consul's motives are unknown. While destruction may be the result, it may not be the goal. Warning. The rift is growing dangerously unstable. Using the rift modulator on board the Providence is the only way to prevent certain destruction of the colony.
I can foresee a few likely instances where you could use my skills and experience, including snapping DeVries' neck in a picosecond if she steps out of line.
Once the modulator is secured, it may be used to close the rift and save Arcadia and all those in its orbit. There is minimal room for error, Commander. Good luck.
What in the interminable void are we looking at here? Everything that's been reconstituted appears maladjusted, imperfect, defective. Yes, that's definitely the Sovereign's ship.
Horizon Point Station to determine the flaw into our perfect skip drive manufacturing process. We must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate, but none of us can do it alone. Remember, we're all in this together.
Horizon Point appears to have undergone severe degradation over the past 10 years. Exploding may have been a contributing factor.
Is this what happens when someone clings too tightly to the past?
Into our perfect skip drive manufacturing process. We must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate, but none of us can do it alone. Remember, we're all in this together. The skip drive is our legacy. It is our mandate. And thanks to you, the eyes, the ears, the brains of Horizon Point Station to determine who introduced the flaw into our perfect skip drive manufacturing process.
Health benefits available at your request.
Come back in the zone. Hostile intent. Yeah. Proceeding to attack. Energy capacitor out. Energy is up for grabs.
Target. N-ray. Exposure. Undermining. Functioning.
Thank you.
Plan isn't always subtle with its warnings, is it now?
Resuming hostilities. Horizon Point has suffered significant structural damage. Using the rift modulator is unlikely to amplify the deterioration.
Order forces are on their way to you now, Agent. Their estimated arrival time is imminent.
You convinced the presiding bishop of the Order to alter her plans and help us. Quite a remarkable achievement.
You still possess that shield modulator, yes? to limit further damage, Commander.
Exiting hazard radius. Status: alive. Agent debris ship detected ahead.
Resorting to violence. Capacitor unit away. Recharge before it discharges.
DeVries, formerly of the Earth Directorate. Consider this a recording for posterity. The Consul of the Protectorate is responsible for the twisted wreckage of this station. It's my hope that whatever you find here will save the rest of the galaxy from this fate. Know that I did my level best to stop him. But if you are listening, it is likely I have failed in my mission. Yet again. For that, I am sorry.
Mobilizing. Commander, throwing energy your way. Capacitor deployed. Free energy if you can reach it. hunting them down.
Mobility and ready. Exposure. Undermining.
Commander, throwing energy your way.
Maintaining your ready to assist with agents.
Fortificator at ready status.
And ready. Exposure. Undermining. Functioning.
Be mindful of where you stand.
Why did you make me do this? Why?
A voice match has been found for Agent Pascal. However, Agent Pascal is dead. This unit may need maintenance.
Get away from me. See them? They were my teammates and they didn't listen neither. You'll end up just the same.
Agent Pascal, calm yourself. You are not in your right mind.
Don't you talk to me like you know me. Wait. Commander? Is that you? No. No, this must be some kind of trick. Oh, what's happening to me? My skin. It's burning. I feel dizzy. Not right at all. Something was wrong with Sandoval and Jepson. They glowed like they were aflame. They ran in, jumped at me, clawed at me. Oh, I had to kill them.
Then they weren't too dissimilar from the troopers we encountered outside. This is concerning.
How do I know you won't turn against me as well? How do I know you won't come at me with murder in your eyes?
Infighting amongst crewmates is highly discouraged, except in situations of starvation.
You do seem like yourself, Commander. Can you tell me what's happening? I can't make much sense of things myself. Everything was fine till the explosion. I was pinned. Fire closed in. I tried to move. I tried to find the rookie. Then the whole station shook and tore apart. And then nothing.
That explains it. She was left alive, just long enough for the rift to take her. That's why the reconstitution worked on her. To some extent.
Wait. There was something else. Sandoval was yelling. DeVries wasn't responding to comms. What happened? Don't tell me the situation got too fluid for you, DeVries. That it?
Certainly not. I was focused on the objective, as every one of your crew should have been. Isn't that right, Commander?
Yeah. Something tells me that ain't quite true. A rift. That's right. We were here to investigate rifts. So why is there one in the sky? Why is everything destroyed? What's happening to me? And Sandoval? Jepson?
The Protectorate are attempting to reconstitute the station to how it was moments before destruction. That includes you. But it's failing. I'm sorry.
So I've come back from death to some warped version of life? All because of some twisted experiment? Is that about right? You can help me though. Right, Commander? You can do something to fix this. Boyd. This is it, ain't it? I'll never see the sun again. Never fly in our ship. Never anything. That's good. Suppose I can take some comfort in that. You know, the sky ain't looking quite so terrifying now. Since I know you'll put it right, think I'll watch it for a while. Yeah. Last show I'll ever watch. Worse ways to go out, I think.
Pascal? Helen? I can stay with you for a moment, if you'd like. Might help.
Yeah. All right. I ain't turning down company if I'm at the end of the line. Goodbye then, Commander. Maybe we'll meet again in the void.
It's all right. This will be over soon. I swear it.
The Sovereign's ship up close. I believe we can safely assume he's not on it, or on that rover approaching the skip lab.
Proceed, Commander. We've got supplies at the ready.
Initial observations conclude that the subject does not possess major ailments. Just as I predicted, you appear to have suffered some trauma. Sometimes my own accuracy troubles me so. Any treatments you may require are complimentary at the request of our presiding bishop, as thanks for delivering the necessary chemicals to her. Very well. You should notice an improvement to your constitution imminently. May the numbers guide you. We shall stand by for further orders. Initial observations conclude that the subject does not possess major ailments.
Capacitor out. Get... Hostilities are afoot.
Fortifying team. Emergency protocol syringes primed.
Thank you. Capacitor unit away. Recharge before it discharges.
The rift ahead has absorbed plasma and should not be approached directly.
Suggest we scour the area. The scientists here were unlikely near the caliber of the Order, but perhaps they left something useful. That's all rather intriguing.
This is very curious. Some of the science eludes me, but this equation, although incomplete, clearly has to do with the rift in the other room. What do you think, Commander? This equation is compelling, yet incomplete. Lethiferous cosmological phenomena isn't exactly my area of expertise, but I may be able to suss out the underlying logic. I expect there's an existing copy of the full equation somewhere hereabouts.
Proceeding to attack. Capacitor deployed. Free energy you can reach it. This must be the Sovereign's office. Worth a search for the equation, even if the place looks like an adult playpen. Plagiarism. How shameful. Yet not entirely unexpected. Solve the equation? However unlikely that seems, I'll take it. Now we only need return to the terminal and input it.
scientist.
Splendid. Rift secure.
Point station by order of the Council. While monitoring the reconstitution, I picked up strange readings in the old skip lab. The core appears to be pulling plasma tightly around it, not unlike a planet and its moons. Fascinating, though it thwarts my attempts to gather more data. Fortuitously, I found an equation that could manipulate the core just enough to clear the chamber. And my way to professional acclaim. Let this be a record of Protectorate ingenuity. Bernard Rand, the man who marched fearlessly into chaos and tamed it.
Confirmed what I expected from Protectorate scientists. And that we'll need that equation to clear our path further.
Laboratory? Our projections are off by orders of magnitude. Sovereign secrets. Montserrat's hypothesis was correct all along. The results of the experiment were faulty. Capture the readings. We'll let the flame settle as it lies. Data retrieval complete. To the roof!
Enemy moving into harm's way.
Throwing energy your way.
Attention, please report to intake for processing. Welcome aboard. Attention, crew deck. Intruder alert. Be vigilant.
Self-preservation a priority. Energy.
Let us coordinate. What remains of Horizon Point should yield much in the way of science, once the threat of the rift is neutralized. But that is for the future. Proceed with our plan. I will rejoin you soon.
If you must replace lost equipment, please submit proof of punishment. Unit does not accept blood. Please make a request. Displaying inventory.
Don't become a statistic, Commander.
No evading me this time.
If you experience spontaneous exsanguination after treatment, please return to this unit before you die of blood loss. How might this unit bolster or reduce your current blood volume? Note, by viewing inventory, user admits they possess foreign currency and shall submit to inspection, interrogation, and / or violent beating by security. Displaying inventory. Reminder, any and all screams of agony will be reported to your superior. How might this unit bolster or reduce your current blood volume? Please keep stimulant purchases within daily allotments. Displaying inventory.
going on down there, Deck 01? I saw an intruder alert. Acknowledged. This intercom is to be used for emergencies only. Misuse of this intercom will result in prompt arrest and correction of the perpetrator. Now, how can I assist you, Deck 01? Again? I shall send her down right away. But this is becoming a daily occurrence, and I will see such slothfulness reflected on her record. Exactly right. You think I enjoy sitting here, fielding inane requests day after day? But I remind you that gossip is strictly prohibited over this channel. Over and out.
We could do this the hard way or the smart way. Either works for me. That wasn't so difficult now, was it? We either find access credentials or stick to the shadows then. Both options are certainly more efficient than raucous hostilities. Now to find the rift modulator. I estimate there's a 73.47% chance it's nearby. I see not everyone in the Protectorate is a blind yay-sayer. We can make good use of that. How could the Consul believe any of this to be in accordance with the plan? A correction is inevitable, and such events are rarely pretty. Well, the modulator's certainly bigger than a bread box. Fortunately, the ship makes a convenient carrying case. Just need to learn how it all works together.
396. Uninterrupted.
Corpse might do. Check it for info on the modulator module.
Accessing report. Rift restoration analysis. Compiled by Chief Scientist Monserrate. Marked for delivery to Consul Thoreau.
Esteemed Consul, after much analysis, my conclusion is that the modulator we have worked tirelessly to build will not function as intended when used for reconstituting matter from rifts. Every test of reconstitution has resulted in demonstrable failure. Proceeding as we are now with Horizon Point Station will surely lead to severe, unanticipated consequences. The modulator is only effective at closing rifts from unsafe distances. Using it to close exacerbated rifts will certainly lead to the destruction of any vessel carrying it. Unfortunately, the data that we originally had hoped for from the ancient rifts detected in the far reaches of space untouched by humanity has not yielded any of its secrets. And we are now out of time. All of our recent readings suggest that we're on the verge of losing control of this rift. I recommend diverting from our current plan before it is too late for Arcadia. I've included extensive notes and annotations appended to the modulator schematics to substantiate these conclusions. I know I know you will guide us wisely, my dear Consul.
Hostilities are afoot. Schematic secured. Its most ripped causation theories, closer, and more troubling implications.
Funding the console should remain your top priority. Please postpone any existential crises or immediate health benefits.
You've suffered extensive damage, Commander.
Fortified. This unit patiently awaits repair.
Unit away. Recharge before it discharges.
Standing by with life support.
Do try to limit the...
Your power requires service.
Capacitor deployed. Free energy if you can reach it.
Hostilities.
Vitals are in the red, Commander. Taking the fight out of them. Mitigating the
Temperature level visual check. Temperature falling.
Autopilot's energized. Standing by to stupefy. Mobilizing. I'll handle this. Provocation in progress. There be none. Yeah. Investigating hostile intentions. Energy capacitor out. Energy is up for grabs.
Your punctuality is as commendable as ever. How did you fare in securing the rift modulator? Yet one more hindrance to overcome in this endeavor. Nevertheless, I expect you to guard those plans closely in the interim. Did you find anything else of note? When one learns information that rattles their understanding of the universe, one may take a moment to consider the gravity of said information. We know that rifts are only caused by skip drives, so if they are appearing in non-colonized space, then this is truly momentous. It proves definitively that life did not originate on Earth, and may, in fact, exist elsewhere in other forms. I concur. This is a discussion for later, with laureates in attendance. For now, we must confront the Consul before he wrests that future away forever. He is just through those doors. I have run the numbers, and should you wish to negotiate with the Consul, you must be strategic. He will not react well to a direct attack on his character or methods early on. It certainly may. At which point we may find the opening needed to convince him to stand down. The situation is more likely to devolve into violence than not, but I am willing to give this solution a chance, if only to observe what arguments you construct.
The Earth Directorate Manual encourages the agent to always remember the three shuns: negotiation, fabrication, and assassination. When one fails, try another.
The more we debate, the more time we squander. We must resupply and shore up whatever defenses we have quickly. And if you've something to say to any of us, Commander, I suggest you say it while you have the chance. No telling what awaits us beyond that door.
The distinguished presiding bishop herself has deigned to join us. What a charming surprise. I might have known you'd enlist the nearest rabble in reach to crusade against me. Loyalty has eluded you for years, after all. Sentinels, if you would.
Greater numbers, greater odds. It was necessary to combat the irrationality of your foolish endeavor. By failing to show reason, you have lost your edict to rule. Now, stand down.
What's the matter with you? Have your wits been dulled? I am doing what is necessary to save Arcadia, and I'll start by ridding it of trespassers like you. Do not place his decision at my feet. I know it's difficult for the likes of you to fathom the concept of self-sacrifice, but he chose mental refreshment for the good of us all. And what am I to do but carry on his legacy? What am I to do but achieve what he could not? Such bravado is unbecoming when you can't make good on your promises, Commander. Tell me, did you manage to stop us from bringing your peace talks to a swift end? As I recall, Greater Tranquility was reduced to little more than mangled ruins in a single moment.
Greater Tranquility Station was a test?
It was a modest success. I had hoped it'd hobble Auntie's choice in the Order once and for all, but it has proven to be a valuable lesson in patience. I was able to buy the time to enact the very plan before you. Though, judging from that vacant expression on your face, it would appear you've no idea what I intend. Very well. Once the rift destroys Arcadia, we shall edit the information stored within it and use the modulator to reshape our colony into its perfect form. Horizon Point's destruction all those years ago was a tragedy, yes, but without it, we might never have opened our eyes to our true purpose and the possibility of Arcadia's rebirth. When the matriarch discovered the first skip drive, she set us on a course to elevate humanity. We're now writing our path, and I will do my part as the architect intended. Intrepid, aren't you? Well, what's relevant is what came after. Our matriarch dissected this skip drive technology, learned its secrets, and enabled us to produce them en masse, which eventually led to the manifestation of rifts. But it was not until well after Horizon Point's untimely end that we understood the opportunity gifted us. The opportunity to reconstruct the colony in its perfect form. It is as the Grand Architect designed. And believe you me, I've no intention of letting you thwart our securing of a better future, one free of doubt and greed. It's your time that's running out, not mine. So go on, tell me all the ways I'm wrong. Better yet, tell the whole room how His Eminence, the Sovereign, was wrong. This was originally his plan, after all. I am merely a partner seeing it carried out. So you say. But you've yet to deliver any compelling evidence.
Madness is rarely apparent to one in its throes. I wonder, would you even be capable of hearing facts if we offered them?
I am the chosen shepherd of Arcadia and will not be spoken to like this. I am only doing what I must to restore this colony to what our matriarch envisioned. Free of war, strife, heresy. You must know that you have little chance of swaying me. I will not be distracted from taking what is owed to us. I will not be lectured by an outsider. It's just like the Earth Directorate, or any other interloper, to claim to better know the customs of those they invade. Certainly if you had your way, you would claim Arcadia as yours, and rewrite history to suit your own aims. Heresy!
I found her correspondence with the First Bishop. She explicitly said she feared the Arcadian experiment would end as all similar projects did before it, in a crumbling heap of hubris.
The matriarch foresaw many things. To think that we were not set apart from lesser societies, it is humbling. And it appears we have fallen prey to the very thing she warned of. Yes, we have established that. But regardless of how I may have misstepped before, I am not in the wrong now. All your so-called arguments are pure hearsay. You came here claiming so boldly that I would fail, but you have yet to provide any proof. So where is it? What do you have? And leave the traitors and invaders alive? No! Death is the only way forward. We can only be made pure from the ashes, despite whatever supposed proof you have to the contrary. Claim? If you cannot see the truth of my devotion written plain, then now I see why you are against me so. But you are wrong about the risk. We are losing this war. It is inevitable. The victors will brutally subdue us until we become corrupted. Until we forget our principles, our history, the very core of who we are. It is better that we perish together as proud protectorate, proud Arcadians. Preserving our purity is a mercy. More than that, is it not love? As are you.
Emergency protocols have been described.
Fortificator at ready status.
Recharge before it discharges. Do try to limit further damage, Commander. You've suffered extensive damage, Commander.
Standing by with life support.
You are rocking my
Commander, throwing energy your way.
quickly and do Arcadia a kindness. Let's end this. I've no time for games of cat and sprat.
If the readouts are to be believed, the rift is on the verge of destabilizing completely. But the rift modulator cannot be operated from this distance. It must be flown into the rift.
That was a rather substantial hole in my predictions. These rifts have presented an excessive supply of incalculable variables.
Though it may be troubling to you, this conclusion holds no uncertainty. Someone present must do this. This is not possible. There is no set destination we can command the ship to fly to. The flying and the activation of the modulator must be done manually. I will take the schematics back with me, and, using the processed rift data, of course, the Order will begin production of more modulators that can be operated at a safe distance.
The Earth Directorate is here to help you.
Your death will not be wasted effort. I will work with Auntie personally to protect Arcadia, and ensure your sacrifice is remembered for the selfless action it is.
The results of that test of leadership and character don't surprise me. I suppose I can't entirely blame them.
No need to belabor this. I will fly the ship. Back on Greater Tranquility, you wish to give me a chance to atone for my mistakes. I'd say that opportunity has come.
Reckon I'll join you.
Building in this redundancy raises the likelihood of mission success by 67%.
One who chooses not to die needlessly. But if you are set on this, I would still join you. This is my mission too, and I'll not back down if there are others to carry out the rest.
Very well. I see the deed is in competent hands. No rational reason for all of us to perish. I'll ensure the rest of humanity is saved, as we'd like.
station awaits, Commander. I'm itching to reach it.
The commanders sacrificed themselves to save the galaxy. No one knew their motives or thoughts in those final moments, though legends grew around this mythical agent of the Earth Directorate all the same. Augustine de Vries went along, knowing nothing would make up for her actions. But at least she'd not have to live with her guilt any longer. Vigilant Hogarth, now acclimated to Fairfield, leaned on the Protectorate ideals of neighborliness, while overlooking all the authoritarian tactics, so he might help the Order to succeed with the equation. Following the rigors of the extensive mission in Arcadia, Val began to malfunction in peculiar ways, talking to herself, hovering inches from the floor, threatening major appliances. Niles ultimately and tearfully decided to deactivate her after a culmination of these strange incidents. Agent Niles Ibarra achieved the rank of commander, earning renown as a formidable agent, unafraid to challenge the status quo within the Earth Directorate. He recruited his friend Zebulon Tran to the Earth Directorate, a gesture of gratitude for not airing the Directorate's dirty laundry. Together, they vowed to reform the agency from within, so it might never again bargain with authoritarian governments. Ultimately, Niles rose to the position of Secretary General. His term saw the Earth Directorate at its most popular, or, in the eyes of corporations and tyrannical governments, most feared. Inez struggled to resume gainful employment with Auntie's choice. Fortunately, her association with the commander helped her find a spot in a combat unit as a field medic. Yet she couldn't help but wonder if life had more in store. Marisol quietly fumed over her unfinished business with Anaïs Bujold at Point Obviation. She eventually passed away in her sleep, alone and full of regret. Sovereign Varric was eventually discovered in mental refreshment in a placid and compliant state. All parties felt it would be best to leave him in the hands of the remaining Protectorate, who had the most experience with refreshment's process and victims. Despite the recent tumultuous events in Arcadia, it was business as usual for Free Market Station. Sub Rosa continued to supply the colony in the wake of the commander's actions. With unfettered access to skip drives, and its reputation untarnished by its still secret agreement with the Protectorate, the Earth Directorate became what it was always meant to be, the ultimate authority in Arcadia. The colony served as a base to expand the agency's reach across the galaxy. All of these events turned on the decisive actions of the Earth Directorate agent and their unique way of navigating Arcadia, its disparate factions, social complexities, ubiquitous product placement, and arsenal of absurdly satisfying weaponry. But through it all, and to this day, Earth has remained inexplicably dark.